I can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
So I'm going with the Celtics.
I'm going to go.
New Orleans, the big... Well, we get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Memphis, they're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that. And, of course, the Pelicans, 2 spots down.
And for the Grizzlies, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen them enough to know by now they're not going to make that switch from good to great at this point. Not this year anyway.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. And for New Orleans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in at point guard. So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board. Shot clock at 5. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Offensive rebound. Out to Ingram. Buries it from 3-point range.
And when Ingram is left alone from deep, his eyes just light up. His shooting is just out of sight.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Here's Ingram. Jaren Jackson making his last shot. Favors in the post. Valanciunas is there. Takes the 13-footer. Rebounded by Jackson. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
Here's Williamson following the score by Memphis. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And you admire that assertive aggression from Williamson. Goes right at you when he's in his comfort zone.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Ball finds Holiday. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Favors. Ingram wide open. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Spotting up and knocking it down. Ingram with the sweet touch.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Ball. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Valanciunas against Favors. Ingram right side. Lets it go. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Morant. Ball with the rebound. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Reddick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
59 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Ingram's got 8 points.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Morant. Morant's got 3 assists tonight. The Pelicans trail. Ball feeling it out a bit. Outside Holiday. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first. 5 on the clock. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Last outing for the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a loss to the Kings. The pass to Morant. Cuts it 5 from 18. And a little luck that time, but it drops. He's got 8.
Because he's so shifty and controls the pace, Morant can kill you in that mid-range area. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws here tonight. And so he makes both from the line.
And Williamson, a kid that's likely to reach his full potential. Very coachable, absorbs instruction well, and really implements it quickly.
And don't go away. We'll be right back. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. Clark is out there with Jang. Then there's Allen. And it's Melton in at the point guard position. And Gorgui Jang is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. A steal. And it's Ingram with the rebound. The Pelicans shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Redick for 3. The offensive rebound.
And Williamson doesn't let up consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
Here's Clark. Trains it from 17 feet out. Clark, as you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential.
Here's Allen. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on J.J. Redick. The Grizzlies' coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Melton.
Good at contesting without fouling. I like seeing Redick in the face of his man.
Passes to Williamson. New Orleans moving it around. Inside. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Picked away. Here's Clark. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Clark's got the lead up to 6 now for the Grizzlies.
You got to know this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Now here's ball. Defense is right there, and it's blocked. And the basket is good. And now an 8-point Grizzly lead And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
It's stolen by Allen. Down low, poked loose, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Ball. The past month has been surreal. 7th in assists, 7th in steals, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Brooks for 3. The shot will not fall. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And Redick kicks to Holiday. Pass to Melly. Back to Holiday. Here's Melly. 6 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And they lost that last game. By a slim margin, and you can't help but think that if he'd had a better night at the stripe, the result could have been different.
Yeah, you know, I can't disagree with you on that point. I mean, there were other factors involved as well, but his inability to sink free throws certainly had a big impact.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Moore's checked in. Now Morant. He's got 8. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Yes, that goes in. Hart's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, getting inside and doing damage there really elevates Hart's game, and I like to see him be that kind of all-around threat.
Morant, and the layup's good off the glass. Morant's got the lead, back up to 8 now for Memphis.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Melly passes to Holiday. Here's Melly. Shot left block. Uses the glass to drop it in. Melly's got 4 points now in the quarter. And the Grizzlies leading by 6. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Shoots from the line. Again, Memphis.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here is Holiday. Defense right on him. There's the pass to Redick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Got it up. What a play. Simply drains it in. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4. And that'll...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for New Orleans right now, Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. And it's Ball in at the point. Here's Williamson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. And that's now 10 points for Zion Williamson. Here's Morant. Out to the wing. hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
For 3, Ingram. They get the rebound, and Favors kicks to Ingram. Outside Holiday. Pass the ball. Ingram outside. Back to ball. Goes up again. It's rebounded by Memphis. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3.
Proving how dominant he can be. When Morant is shooting with confidence, it really allows him to take over. And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
Ingram with the steal. Morant with the steal. 3 on none. There's no one back. And finished off by Morant.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Allen finds Valanciunas. Memphis moving that ball around. Allen outside. Shot clock at 6. Over Holiday. Allen, that's good.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
Holiday against Allen. Jackson is doubled. To the paint. It's deflected. And Hayes kicks to Jackson. Misses the deep three-point attempt.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds. But that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside. And he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
Back to Jang. And he banks in the layup. Jang's got the lead up to 13 now for the Grizzlies.
Kevin, a big guy with an emerging skill set. Jang ruling the paint there. Nice play.
Jackson has the open look. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Passes it to Melton. Allen dishes to Jang. Valanciunas inside. Covered by Okafor. No good from Valanciunas. New Orleans has gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. It's good. Hart's got his second best.
How about that? Reddick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Allen. Okafor grabs the miss.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Melton. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Grizzlies out in front, up by 11. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And 1/4 to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson is out there with Clark, and it's Anderson in at the 3, the small forward. Offensive rebound. Back to Jackson. It's intercepted. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Anderson with the ball. Morant passes to Jackson. Sinks that one from the post. Jackson's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Grizzlies. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Grizzlies.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Williamson is checked in for Hayes. Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. Drew Holiday is checked in for J.J. Redick. And Ball subbed in for Jackson. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. Then on Saturday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that game against the Hawks, this is a game that they are expected to win, but sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with a victory.
The Pelicans making a switch here. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. From deep, Brooks. It's a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Memphis leading by 13. Here's Morant. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Ingram kicks the ball. Pass to Melly. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good, Williamson.
And what you love about Williamson, he's not just magnetic and entertaining, he's extremely productive.
Redick against Brooks. Memphis the rebound. And there's the pass to Morant. Here's the 3. Brooks misses. Pelicans trail by 13. It's Williamson, top of the key. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Here's Morant. Got a hand on it. Redick dishes to Williamson. Pass the ball. Redick surveying the D. Back to ball. Here's Melly. Was shot by Redick, no good. Here's Morant. Lays it up and banks it in.
Gotta love watching Morant get after it. He goes all out. Tank, never on empty.
Inside, it's tipped. Stolen by Anderson. Clark, the pass to Morant. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Unloads from 13. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Williamson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Passes it to Ball. In the corner, it's Ingram. He dishes it to Reddick. Ball with it. 5 to shoot. Williamson, the pass to Melly. And the Pelicans miss again.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Memphis.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33. And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Ja Morant.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
Count it from 12. And the Grizzlies lead by 17.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way.
And here were the Memphis Grizzlies, focused on the task at hand. We are, well, guys, a proud franchise. Thank you, David. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Grizzlies. They're holding the edge for the last playoffs. I am sure they'd feel better if they could jump up a couple rankings. And, of course, the Spurs, sitting there 4 spots below.
And when I look at San Antonio, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
All the talk around them now is already about what's going to take place in the offseason. Who's going to go? Who's going to stay? I'd be surprised if they don't have a much different look next year.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3, the small forward. And for San Antonio, we've got DeRozan. Derek White is out there with Murray. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. And it's Walker in at the small forward. And it's DeRozan missing. Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against Dallas.
The Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade. Injuries snapped their playoff streak back in 18, but the silver lining, a top draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
From about 16, Poeltl controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Got to be on the lookout for Poeltl crashing the glass, using his body to wreck the defense on the boards.
And stolen by Murray. Walker the pass to DeRozan. And finished off by DeRozan.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
And that one's good, Morant. And in his rookie season, Jaren Jackson, the youngest player in the league, he seemed NBA ready.
And already he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games.
And last season, DeMar DeRozan averaging the lowest rate of three-point attempts of his career.
Kevin, the Raptors had wanted him to shoot more triples. The Spurs were content to put the ball in his hands and let others provide the spacing.
And the second chance effort by Jackson.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
I mean, that's a nice find by Murray. He has the height to see the floor, and his awareness continues to grow.
Morant kicks to Anderson. This one for 3. Offensive rebound. Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Gay. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. Now here's Mills. He's tightly guarded. Just 5 on the clock. Forbes can't get it to go.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
To the inside. Stolen by Jackson. From deep three-point range, Brooks misses. Looking at Memphis, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. It's good. And 11 points for DeMar DeRozan. Steve, we're seeing teams around the league putting up a lot of three-point shots. I'm sure you would have enjoyed playing in this era so much with that green light shooting three.
I would, Kevin. Getting a chance to shoot maybe 5 or 6 more three-point field goal attempts takes your numbers up. But I also think a lot of these teams are copycats. Everybody can't shoot the three. Work on your game and what's best for you.
And it's Mills with the ball for the Spurs. They trail by 1. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
You know, I love what the coaches did tonight. They pushed the right buttons time and time again.
Memphis shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And that one falls for Brooks.
A changing of the guard for the Grizzlies. Their star veterans traded away. They held out as long as they could, but it was time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Tyler Zeller comes in for Jakob Poeltl. And it's Bellinelli in for DeMar DeRozan. Shots good by Mills.
One of the best standstill shooters in the league. Mills getting better at scoring off the dribble.
Pass to Chang. Memphis moving it around. Here's Clark. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Drains it from 17 feet out.
And this is where Clark's athleticism plays out. Catching the ball in motion there and then just going downhill.
Now Mills. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Dallas.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
12 seconds left in the first quarter. Shoots the 3. Allen with the rebound. Clark for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And a high-scoring first quarter. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And for Memphis guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
We've got Mills. Bellinelli is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Zeller, and it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
You have to like that move by Forbes. The dribble drive adding dimension to his game.
Now here's Morant, covered by Mills. Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Derek White's checked in for San Antonio. Murray comes in for Patty Mills. Injuries pressing Derek White into a much bigger role in year 2. But you know what, Smitty? He rose to the occasion.
You know, I love him. He has great size at 6'4" for a point guard. Good instincts. He can shoot. He can create. I love his versatility.
So it's San Antonio now, following the score by Memphis. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Tyler Zeller.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
All this means is he has to be careful. Don't want to pick up a cheapie and get sent to the bench with 3 fouls.
Walker's checked in for the Spurs. Here's Murray. Banked in off the glass.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. Morant pushes to Clark. Good on the bucket.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Here's Murray. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Murray's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Pirtle, he's checked in for the Spurs. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Rudy Gay. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And another miss by Memphis.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
The defensive impact of Jakob Poeltl giving the Spurs a boost. Great timing and instincts as a shot blocker.
And coming to San Antonio in the Kawhi Leonard trade, the Spurs hoping Poeltl can be a difference maker.
You know what, Kevin? Already their best roll threat offensively. He rarely misses with his right hand in close.
Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Now here's Morant. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. They get it again. Walker the pass to DeRozan. Murray outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Morant. And it's DeRozan with the extra effort. DeRozan's got the lead up to 3 now for the Spurs.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Brooks checked in for Memphis. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Morant. Now here's Jackson. 10 points for him. A minute 42 left in the first half of the game. The pass to Melton. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for him.
And a promising trend this month is the rise in his effective field goal percentage. He's showing a lot of smarts. Shot selection has been tremendous, and it's helped his numbers a ton.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Derek White. It's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. DeRozan against Jackson. Stolen by Anderson. Jackson passes to Valanciunas. Memphis moving it around. Anderson against DeRozan. A nice shot by Anderson.
I like the mid-range area for Anderson because of his size and because he makes good decisions with the ball in his hands.
No one covering. Walker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Brooks with him. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland. Anderson outside. 5 on the clock. Pass to Valanciunas. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Walker. 32 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's DeRozan. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. For Memphis, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. First one falls for. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Zhang's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. Spurs have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. DeRozan scanning the floor. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
I mean, a terrific free throw shooter. DeRozan really pushes the action, looking to score and or get fouled.
Pass to Melton. Brooks outside. Here's Melton. Shoots over Mills, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm DeMar DeRozan putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He ended up with... And that's...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Memphis, Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. It's good on the putback. Pirtle's got the lead up to 4 now for San Antonio.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
DeRozan against Jackson. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The persistence of Valanciunas paying off in a big way on the glass. He is just a tremendously hard worker.
Here's Murray. Makes it off the glass. Murray's got 6 points. Steve, the number of timeouts and even fouls have dropped in recent years. Do you think that's brought a better flow to the game?
Yeah, I think so. I know we have so much stoppage in our game, especially when they go to the referee's review. If we could do something about that. But I love that they've dropped the number of timeouts to keep the flow of the game. That's what most fans want to see, just the flow of the game continue.
Here's Murray, following the basket by John Morant. Murray kicks to Walker. There's the dish to DeRozan. And he gets the bucket.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Morant. 6 points for him. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 6th rebound on the night. And DeRozan throws it down.
DeMar is so dangerous when he's attacking the rim. Great drive.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Morant. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Spurs leading by 5. Outside, White. Teardrop shot, and it's blocked.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
Here's Murray, Following the basket by John Morant. That one goes in. Murray's got 8 points.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Now here's Morant. D right on him. Passes it to Clark. From deep. But he recovers it. And another shot. And it's Memphis with another.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Murray outside. And it's Murray with the jam.
A tough cover because Murray thrives in the pick and roll. He can beat you with the shot or the pass.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young, he still has a very bright future.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And White kicks to Murray. Ball's knocked loose. Now here's Morant. White covering. Morant passes to Valanciunas. 6 on the shot clock. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And now we go to our rookie leaderboard to get a check on the players at the top of the freshman class in assists over the last 10 games. Ja Morant, number 1.
And doing a great job of finding his teammates, just making some highlight reel passes these past few weeks.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Gay comes in for Lonnie Walker. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for Murray. Here's Clark. 6 points for him. Now the pass to Melton. Here's Clark. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
And the Spurs making a change here. Forbes checked in. And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 3-point lead. And that one's good by Gay.
Cutting his teeth in the Spurs system, Forbes has improved at keeping his eyes up and finding the open man.
Here's Clark. He's covered by Gay. The rebound by the Spurs.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. Bellinelli is out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Mills. Then it's Zeller, and it's Forbes in at the 2-guard spot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Here's Anderson following the bucket by the Spurs. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Way to convert through contact, Kyle, with excellent body control.
Here is Forbes, defended by Allen. Mills looking it over. Back to Zeller. And the wide open shot from Bellinelli. No good from outside. The Grizzlies trail by 5. It's Anderson with the drive, and the shot goes in. Anderson's got 4 points this quarter.
What we've seen with Kyle Anderson, he's a below-average athlete, but has great timing on his drives. I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Melton's shot is good. Melton's got his first basket of the night.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down. The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Here's Mills after Memphis gets the three. Lets the three fly. The rebound by Anderson.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded closely. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. It's Gay with the drive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And that one falls for Zeller. A different look now for San Antonio. Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for Bellinelli. Garrett White comes in for Brent Forbes. And Murray subbed in for Patty Mills. Memphis also making some changes. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jack. Dylan Brooks comes in for Grayson Allen. And it's Morant in for DeAnthony Melton. Now here's Morant. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
2 points, that one goes. And the Spurs lead by 2.
You won't see this young man turn down big shots. Murray believes in himself, and so does this team.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. And it's Morant missing. San Antonio's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. White, good.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Now here's Morant. Lays it up off the glass. Morant's got 10 points in just the second half.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Here's Gay. High post Zeller. Kicks to Murray. Shoots over Morant. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
A lot of teams bait Murray into taking this shot, and he obliges by knocking it down.
Morant reaches to Valanciunas. Good.
He's shown he can get it done in the big moments. JV delivering in the clutch.
Murray right side, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Murray's got 6 in the quarter.
I like what he's doing here. Terrific efficiency scoring the basketball.
Morant kicks to Valanciunas. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Now here's White. It drops.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Brooks feeling it out a bit. Morant passes to Jackson. Shoots. That shot no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's White. Gay in the corner for 3. Sinks the triple. Now it's a 7-point San Antonio lead.
Doing his part to help stretch the defense. Gay looking confident from range.
Brooks for 3. Knocks down the trifecta.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
And so it's San Antonio who's straight by with the win. It was David. Thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take
and is a little intimidation factor, DA. Thanks. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Grizzlies. They're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that. And, of course, Sacramento just a couple spots back.
And for the Grizzlies, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
I just think if you're on the other side, Greg, how much are you looking at that team and saying, we're scared of them? So not a lot of fear from the opposition and what they're bringing to the table. They're good, they compete, but do they have that extra gear? I'm not sure.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. And for Sacramento, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Holmes, and it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. Bielitsa passes to Holmes, and that one good. And tonight a matchup of inexperienced teams, young ball clubs. Brent, talk about some of the challenges that come with coaching a team so young.
I think the idea for most of the coaches is they see it in the eyes of the players. They want everything now. They want it so fast, and they're not quite sure about the steps to get to the end game. That's the most important thing for a coach, is to talk about the small steps throughout any given season that the coach can put in front of them. And some of those challenges, you find out also which of the guys are willing to accept the team challenge as opposed to the individual.
But challenging nonetheless in every way.
Oh yeah, and for 8 months of it, Kevin.
Yeah.
So get ready for massive parenting for the year for this coaching staff.
And so here's Memphis after the Kings pick up 2. Fox kicks to Bielitsa. Pass to Barnes. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
Now here's Holmes. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Fox. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, Fox had quite a year in Kentucky before he decided to turn pro and became the 5th pick in 2017 in the NBA draft. What a culture shift it's been in Sacramento the last few years. Vlade Divac, along with Peja Stojakovic, 2 of the legendary Sacramento Kings players, finding their footing and trying to put their stamp on this organization with some of the young talent that they've acquired.
Now here's Anderson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Stolen by Anderson. And it's Memphis on the break. Valanciunas, good.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, massive relief there. Getting a little bit frustrating for them until that bucket.
He gets that one. And Brent, around the league, people are saying the Kings are one of the scarier teams on the rise.
Well, they drafted decently. They play a system that now is speaking to some of their young talent. They've had a nice blend. It's been a long time coming in Sacramento, but fans coming out to the new arena to support this new, young, hungry Kings group.
Barnes passes to Holmes. The wide open look here for Fox. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Jackson from long range, kept alive. That one doesn't drop. Pass to Fox. Puts up a 3, drills the 3-pointer.
Oh, this is the kind of the start they were hoping for.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. One good possession, two bad ones, one good one. They could never get on a steady run and play some solid offense.
New group on the floor for the Kings. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Clark comes in for Jackson. Grayson Allen's checked in for Anderson. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Morant. Here's Melton. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Now here's Bazemore. They're leading by 8. Stolen by Allen. Here's Melton. And the layup's good off the glass.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Memphis foul call. That's his first personal foul.
58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Joseph finds Len. The pass to Bazemore. Stuffed.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Here's Clark. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Now here's Joseph. And stolen by Jang. Pushing it up. And that one's good by Clark.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Len off on the layup. Memphis with the ball. They've got an 8-0 run. Allen for the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Got a piece of it. Here's Len. Off target from the baseline. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And for Memphis guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Parker out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Giles in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
Kent Bazemore knows that his contributions come from being active and Bazemore becoming a better passer.
And really, for a long time, the specter hanging over Buddy Hield was he's the player who was traded for DeMarcus Cousins. Hard billing to live up to, but he has made some giant leaps with his development.
Here's Clark. Jabari Parker making his last shot. No good from Clark.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Here's Giles. Parker. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. And Hield has slowly but surely turned himself into one of the elite shooters in the NBA.
And guys, to be as locked in as he is from deep with his height and release is deadly. He's the kind of player who gets better as his teammates get better around him, and he is just now finding his stride.
Clock at 6, on its way from Clark for 2. Bazemore grabs the miss. Kings leading now by 5. And Joseph kicks to Hield. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Parker passes to Giant. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead trying to put the other team away and threatening here.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers. And some changes here for the Kings. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Harry Giles. Harrison Barnes comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Fox in for Corey Joseph. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Gorgie Dance. Jaren Jackson comes in for Clark. Anderson, he's checked in for Allen. And it's Morant in for DeAnthony Melton. Well, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So, in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Kings.
Barnes dishes to Parker. Passes it to Brooks. That shot off. Good D by Barnes.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Parker, right side. Count it. Parker's got his third basket of the night right there.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Here's Morant. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox.
Absolutely fearless. Morant willing to put his body on the line in order to make plays.
And this kid, John Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
Now here's Barnes. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Lamb's got his first points of the night.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion. Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
I'd like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Oh, great ball movement there.
To the middle, here's Brooks. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude, like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball is right there.
And the basket by Jackson.
And they repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Barnes finds Fox. And the layup is good. Fox has got 4 points in the quarter.
This offense just continues to impress.
Now here's Morant. Guarded by Fox. Rejected by Len.
While putting the wingspan to great use, Len throws that one away.
And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And that one's good. Morant.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Inside, stolen by Jackson. Oh, Oh, the lob to Valanciunas, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one. And
in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what you're seeing from Ja Morant.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Kicking off the second half, here's Taylor Jenkins's five. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the small forward position. Now here's Morant. Guarded by Fox and finished off by Morant.
And you know, we talk so much about Morant's athleticism, but his feel for the game equally as effective.
Holmes with it. Valanciunas is there. Morant with the steal. Brooks kicks to Valanciunas. Brooks against Fox. Now Morant. He's got 11. What a jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right?
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
Holmes with the steal. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Harry Giles is checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Buddy Hield comes in for Bogan Bogdanovic. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Fox.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
It's Bielitsa, and it's blocked. Barnes against Anderson. Pass to Melton for the lead, and another basket for Memphis.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
And some changes here for the Kings. Jabari Parker comes in for Bielitsa. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Barnes. Outside, Joseph. To the inside. And Hield with the basket on the assist from Joseph.
A little tease there from Buddy Hield, showing his explosiveness. Undersized, but able to convert inside.
Here's Clark, covered by Parker. To the wing on the left. And Zhang kicks to Allen. 6 to shoot. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Zhang, he's off on that one. So the Kings will take it the other way. Parker finds Bazemore. Down low. It's stolen by Allen. Anderson outside. Back to Clark. It's Allen on the wing. Back to Clark. Count that one. Clark's got the lead up to 1 now for the Grizzlies. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Brent, if you were building an offensive system from scratch, what would be your favorite style of play?
I would really tend to lean on 3 guards that could handle the basketball, Kevin. Guys who can initiate plays from all over the floor and really look to find players that are smart about playing off the ball. You've combined 3 of those guys with the skill set, so one has it, and the other 2 are maneuvering around. They're going to cause so much commotion. They're going to cause so many breakdowns defensively within a possession that a multitude of playmaking players, that would be tremendous. And all of those guys, yeah, but all those guys too, Kevin, on top of that, if we talked about their physical nature and stature, I would want guys that are 6'6", 6'7", and long, because when you get back to the other end, you want them to be able to coordinate and take up enough room defensively to cause some problems. But man, 3 guards, 3 long guards, and this is something that Phil Jackson relied on during the years when they won championships in Chicago. He always looked for long guards. Aside from Jordan and Pippen, there was the Ron Harpers of the world that helped accentuate what they could do on the perimeter.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Tough to match up with Kyle Anderson because of how quirky he plays. Changing speeds, plays slow, but sees the floor remarkably well.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Lenz checked in for Giles. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Parker. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Joseph. Now here's Morant. Not a lot of room. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Here's Len, and the dunk by Len.
Yeah, you're not going to fool around much on the interior, especially if you're Alex Len, that big, that close. Easy bucket.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And finished off by Morant.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Count that bucket. Bogdanovich has got 5 points so far.
Probing and looking and finding ways. Bogdanovich really in attack mode here tonight.
And it's Clark with the jam.
Clark, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Len in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Bogdanovich, we saw a little bit of this during the All-Star weekend. He can play with a little bit of flair. And you know he's confident when he starts to show those signs.
Morant passes to Brooks. Again, Memphis.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. Doesn't go that time. So the Kings will take it the other way.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And it's Morant missing. The Kings trail by 5. Here's Bogdanovich. Powered down with both hands.
Bogdanovich showing he's got speed out on the wing and running hard to fill the lane.
For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Here's Morant. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Really hard to count how many of their possessions have ended just like that one, with one of his shots falling.
In a crucial moment, too. He's been doing that all night. No one's come close to stopping him.
And that one, good.
Bjelica does a good job of staying active and with his shot that time.
Here's Morant. Here's Valanciunas. It's tipped. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Barnes with the ball. Here's Len. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Brooks right side. Outside Jackson. Now here's Morant. Covered by Barnes. And it's Morant missing.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Bogdanovich against Brooks. Morant with the steal. And he lays it straight in. Now it's a 7-point Grizzly lead.
Yeah, when Morant gets it dialed up, he can be unstoppable. Just too many ways to score.
Ielitsa passes to Fox. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
That is a mature play from De'Aaron Fox. Not afraid to take the big one.
Here's Morant. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. The Kings have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. Pretty nice efficiency there, and that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Sacramento. Hield comes in for Bogdanovich. And Memphis also making a switch. Clark's checked in.
Well, Hield just keeps coming right after you again and again as a defender. And eventually you'll tire out and make a mistake with a foul.
Both free throws good from Hield.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
Right wing. And here's Anderson. He dishes it to Morant. Shot clock at 6. Anderson trying to free himself up. It counts.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Fox, no good. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Morant. Pass to Valanciunas. Now Morant, guarded by Holmes. Valanciunas with the ball. Shot clock at 5. The dish to Morant. And they'll turn it over. Did not get off a shot before second violation. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Kings. On the wing, Barnes. Over Anderson. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here's Morant. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. So a close game sees Memphis take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number
200.
Here's Tatum and
In your face.
You play 2K.
All the time.
You act.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now you have an album. Anything you can't do?
A terrific look at the city of Memphis, Tennessee on the banks of... We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Grizzlies. They're holding the edge for the last playoff slot. I am sure they'd feel better if they could jump up a couple rankings. And, of course, there's the Pelicans, a couple spots below.
And for the Grizzlies, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. And for Memphis, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3, the small forward. And here is Williamson following John Morant's 3. Ball with a wide open look. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. There should be plenty of fireworks out in the backcourt tonight in this one. Of the guards you played alongside, who is the best combination passer scorer?
Oh, man, Kerry, you put me in the hot seat. That's a tough one. I just got to give everybody
you played with a lot
shout
of them,
out.
though, didn't you?
I know, man. I didn't know it was going to be a test today. I got to go with my boy Rod Strickland when I played with him at the Wizards. I think he's the best finisher ever, and he led the league in assists. My boy Jay Will, shout out to White Chocolate. I mean, he is one of the most creative players I ever played with, but he could shoot it from deep. He was a guy that liked to shoot it from Curry land, and he could pass it. And then lastly, I'd have to, of course, go with my man Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby could do it all. So I've been blessed to play and fortunate to play with some great scorers and combination passes in this league. 3 terrific names. Here's Anderson. The Pelicans make their last shot. Brooks kicks to Morant. 6 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Valanciunas passes to Brooks, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And so here is New Orleans. It's a 3-point game. Ball, the pass to Holiday. From deep, and Ball gets it to go on the assist by Holiday. And that's now 6 points for Lonzo Ball. There's Morant. He had a 21-point. Oh, look at him play! Are you real? Morant, way up. That was fire.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. Here's Anderson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Now here is Holiday. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Kings in Sacramento. Outside Favors, just 5 to shoot. Here's Ball. And the rejection by Jackson. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And Chris, in his 6th season out of UCLA, small forward Kyle Anderson.
Well, yeah, Kevin, in his first 3 years, improving his long-range distance, shooting to over 37%. Now, it's fallen back off the last couple of seasons, but he's a smart, savvy player, and he's at his best when he's hitting shots.
For Memphis, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Now, here's Reddick, and you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
Oh, man, you better appreciate the unselfishness. When Reddick sees an open teammate, as great of a shooter as he is, he's fast at getting him the ball.
Here's Allen. New Orleans knocking down that triple moments ago. Memphis moving that ball around. Here's Clark. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Puts it up. It's rebounded by Hayes.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jump.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Pass to Melton. Here's Clark. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
You gotta know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Fast break, Memphis. Here's Melton. Up and in on the layup.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
To the paint. And that one's good by Clark. Clark's got 6.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
The putback. There's the pass to Mellon. Inside. Outside for Reddick. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And here are the Grizzlies now. They're on a 13-5 run here. Here's Clark. 6 points for him. Here's Melton. No good on the last second attempt there. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter.
9 times out of 10, he won.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for Memphis guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Memphis, we've got Ellis. Clark is out there with Jang, and it's Melton in at the 1.
Well, coming in the Memphis Grizzlies, I mean, playoff contenders for 7 straight seasons from 2010 to 2017. I mean, a Western Conference Finals appearance in 2013. Now a new phase as they look to rebuild this roster. That's just a product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Passes to Okafor. To the inside. Melly passes to Okafor. Rebound by Jang. And Chris, in the small market of Memphis, there'd been a resistance to hitting that reset button and going young.
Well, yeah, with fan attendance dropping in each of the last 4 seasons, I mean, they've reached their pain threshold. And with this team struggling, the writing was on the wall.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Stolen by Anderson. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Morant with the ball. That one drops for him. Morant's got the lead up to 8 now for the Grizzlies.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Ingram wide open. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers. Anderson's shot is off. Pelicans trail by 8. In the corner, it's Ingram. Wide open. Valanciunas grabs the board.
Jesus surprises anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
Morant with a wide open look. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, he hit that 1 3-pointer in the first quarter. Still none so far here in the second.
Anderson passes to Jackson. Great D that time from Favors.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280 And he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Morant. That shot is off. Great D that time from Favors. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
Ingram. Oh, good on that one. And it's Memphis the other way. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
They needed more fire and intensity tonight. Even if they don't win the battle of the boards, they have to put up a fight.
And so it's Memphis with it, following the score by New Orleans. Here's Valanciunas. Jackson kicks to Brooks. 5 on the clock. Outside Jackson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And while we can, let's see which rookies have led the way in scoring since the All-Star break. Zion Williamson on top. Ja Morant third.
The picture of the elite rookies in the NBA has come into focus since the All-Star break, and their scoring has put these two front and center.
Hayes, he's checked in for Derek Favors.
All right, a chance here to check out the stats for Morant.
He's really producing here second half of the season. Averaging 17 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds.
Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
I think if you talk to anyone on this team, they believe in his abilities 100%.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Ingram outside. And again, no good by New Orleans.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And finished off by Morant.
Just another example of why you run plays through Morant. I mean, he makes great decisions with the ball in his hands.
Holiday, the pass to Williamson. Back to Holiday. Williamson kicks the ball. Pass to Holiday. All sorts of time. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Holiday's got his second bucket of the night.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Ball.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup, that'll get the whole team pumped up.
The shot by Holiday, no good. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach after.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is for the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second. And that'll about do it.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what you're seeing from Ja Morant.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. And it's Favors in at the 5 spot. And the rejection by Favors. Pass to Williamson. New Orleans moving the ball around. Ball with it. Outside Holiday. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Chris, is there someone you competed with that you feel is underrated by history, has not been given their due?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think when you look at White Chalk to Jason Williams and what he started in the culture of play and what he continued. And you look at Ben Wallace, who I played with 4 years at Washington, and he was coming off the bench there, and we saw that potential with him. I mean, the way he led the league in rebounding, his defensive prowess. I mean, the Pistons wouldn't have had a championship and gotten to another final if it wasn't for him. And also, I got to shout my man out, Mike Bibby and Peja Stojakovic, two of the best shooters I've played with.
Oh, great names, and I totally agree. Here's Morant following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and that one's good. Morant's got 11.
You could do that every time up the floor. Put Morant in the pick and roll and just let him go to work.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Now here's Morant. He's tightly guarded. And then Morant slams it in.
Man, he takes off like a rocket. I mean, there's a suddenness to Morant's game that most athletes don't have.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. And that'll be his third foul so far. Clark, he's checked in for Jackson. The Pelicans also changing it up. Josh Hart comes in for Brandon Ingram. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Drew Holiday. The pass to Redick. Now, here's Ball. Tight defense on him. Passes it to Hart. 4 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Good on that shot. And with that, the Memphis lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from J.J. Redick.
Oh, you can't allow Redick to get going from there. His three-point shot is downright lethal.
Well, he came into the league out of Duke, already a great shooter and a great scorer. But J.J. Redick has made himself into a quality all-around player.
Yeah, he's never going to be an all-defensive selection. I mean, get that straight. But he does put in work, and he puts enough work in to hold his own at that end of the floor.
Clark, the pass to Brooks. From the arc. Pelicans with the rebound. Favors got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass the ball. Looking for Redick. He gets it there. To the middle. Here's Williamson. And finished off by Williamson.
This is what many fans came here to see. Williamson, at his size, with his speed, so unique in his style, his grace. It's unbelievable.
Now here's Brooks. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. Over to the wing. Down low. Here's Hart. It's blocked.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
The shot by Redick, no good. Memphis leading. And he makes good on the layup.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
The shot's good.
There isn't much this fella can't do, and just to prove it, he goes to the finger.
Outside Jackson fires the 3. It's Clark with the rebound. Memphis leading by 5. Stolen by Jackson. Feeds to Hayes. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Pass to Melton. Allen outside. Here's Clark. Covered by Redick. Lets it fly. No good from Clark. Pelicans trail by 3.
Pick up the pace. Get the 2-for-1 here.
If that's how they want to end this quarter, they're going to have to score quickly.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jackson kicks to Hart. Outside, Redick. 5 to shoot. Hayes trying to break free. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Now just a 1-point Grizzly lead. surveying the D. No good on the triple. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Grizzlies lead by 1. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter next. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Clark is out there with Jackson. Then it's Brooks. Then it's Morant. And it's Melton in at the 2 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. So it's the Grizzlies now after Brandon Ingram missing on that last 3-pointer. Shakes him. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Redick passes to Holiday. Redick with it. Now here's Ingram. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. Now the pass to Melly. Outside, Redick. New Orleans moving the ball around. And Holiday kicks to Ingram. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Ingram's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Pelicans. Now Morant. Ring shot on the way, and that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Grizzlies lead by 1.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just trying to keep the momentum now, and that's easier said than done.
Melly, nice persistence to tip it back up and in. Melly's got his first bucket of the night. And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Clark dishes to Morant. And he gets the... And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I got a chance to find out what Alvin Gentry talked about with his players. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Top of the key, and good. He nails it. Morant's got 10 points here in the second half.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
Williamson, the pass to ball. And he comes up with the deuce. And the Pelicans lead by 1.
Taking on a bigger responsibility over time. I mean, you got to respect Ball's tenacity during important moments.
Here's Morant. He can't get that one. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Over in the corner, Williamson. He kicks it to Ingram. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gas like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
1:41 left in the 4th quarter. Trying to get open is Brooks. And finished off by Morant.
This is what you want from your leader. No moment is too big for Morant.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They trail by 1. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Brooks against Holiday. Here's Morant. That's tipped.
Well, what I love about Williamson, I mean, sure, he can get up, but it's the timing of the jump that makes him special as a rim protector.
A three-pointer is right on target. Morant's got 11 points in the quarter.
That's a Ja Morant special, ripping the hearts out of the opponent.
And 1:01 left here in the fourth quarter. Passes to Melly. 6 to shoot. Ingram left side. And again, no good by New Orleans. It's Brooks on the wing. He's covered by Ball. And that one's good. Brooks.
Hard to ignore the mental aspect of Brooks' game. I mean, he's locked in when it matters most.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Oh, yeah, a little room for error now. We'll see what they run.
Now here is Holiday. The dish now to Williamson. Anderson against Ingram. Pass to Williamson. Over Valanciunas. And again, New Orleans has no luck. And the Grizzlies with possession here. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Brooks kicks to Morant. From deep three-point range, off target with that shot. So it's Memphis picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds. The Memphis players making their way through the tunnel earlier. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Brogdon.
He hasn't been as sharp in the past 10 games as we're used to. It shows in his passing. The assist numbers down. Even the simple passes look tough for him right now. Maybe tonight he can get back on his game.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Warren and Turner at the 4 and 5. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then there's Oladipo. And it's Holiday in at the 2-guard spot. And for Memphis, Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the 3.
And this Pacers franchise, 6 ABA championships, but none so far in the NBA.
Well, Greg, they haven't been there very much, right? Their only finals trip.
A terrific look at the sit. We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Grizzlies. They're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that. And checking out San Antonio, and they're down 4 spots from them.
And I think for Memphis, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen them enough to know by now they're not going to make that switch from good to great at this point. Not this year anyway.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. We've got DeRozan, Murray out there with White. Then there's Pirtle, and it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Grizzlies, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Anderson in at the 3.
Derek White played his first 3 years at Division III UC Colorado Springs. This guy ended up being the 29th pick in the 2017 draft out of Colorado. In his lone season with the Buffaloes, he was all Pac-12 first team and all defense.
Here's Morant after the basket by San Antonio. Left side Jackson. Brooks from outside. They get the rebound. Valanciunas, the layup missed.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And coming out of high school, White's only scholarship offer was a partial to Colorado Springs.
And you know what, guys? Sometimes rejection like that can actually fuel you to greater heights. It put a chip on his shoulder. He plays with an edge. He improved, transferred to the Pac-12 for his senior season, and really the rest is history. He's got a promising future as an NBA player in front of him.
And this late in the season, Clark, for non-playoff contending teams, really there's nothing to lose. The pressure is gone. You can let it rip, can't you?
Yeah, there's a freedom that you can play with when you don't have the pressure or the expectation of being a playoff team. And sometimes that allows you to play your best basketball because there is nothing to lose.
Yep, that one goes in there.
And, you know, that's a veteran play. DeRozan stays open to all possibilities. That's seeing the game in front of you. Excellent find.
Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Here's Murray after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Murray penetrating. And it's Murray with the jam.
You know, they give him the ball and let him quarterback the pick and roll, which speaks, I think, to how confident they are in Murray, guys.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Tries from 10. Here's Valanciunas. Jackson passes to Morant. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And it's 6 points for John Morant. Now here's Murray. 6 points for him. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Poeltl. That's his first foul. A different look now for San Antonio. Rudy Gay's checked in for Lonnie Walker. Bryn Forbes comes in for White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Memphis moving that ball around. Here's Jackson. Can't tie it up as that one misses. For San Antonio, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. The three from Mills. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Memphis trailing here. Gay outside. To the paint. Here's DeRozan. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for San Antonio.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Now here's Valanciunas, and Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Gorgie Dames check in for Jonas Valanciunas. Clark comes in for Jaren Jackson. And Grayson Allen subbed in for Anderson. Then for the Spurs, Zeller is checked in for Jakob Poeltl. And it's Bellinelli in for DeMar DeRozan. So it's the Spurs now, following the score by Memphis. The shot's good from Forbes.
Boy, Forbes showing you some quick-footedness there. Nice instincts.
Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against the Mavericks. Here's Clark. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Pass to Melton. Shot clock at 5. It's Allen on the wing. He's covered by Gay. They grab their own miss, and they pick up 2.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Now here's Gay. A 17-point game for him in the win against Dallas. And Bellinelli kicks to Forbes. Fires from the wing. It's rebounded by Memphis. It's a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the board. They just pounded them inside.
A good close. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got Bellinelli. Rudy Gay is out there with Tyler Zeller. Then it's Mills, and it's Forbes in at the 2 spot. The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills now with a decade in the NBA.
6'0", and that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
Forbes dishes to Gay. Back to Forbes. Gay scanning the floor. Not going to go that time. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers. Here's Jang. Pass to Melton. Bellinelli is covering. Dishes to Jang. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Grizzlies fourth.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the athletes to run the break all game long. So that's their edge. They're always looking to take advantage.
Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Memphis. Morant comes in for Milton. Walker's checked in for San Antonio. Murray comes in for Patty Mills.
Murray is a spectacular talent, and when he gets going, watch out.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. Shoots. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Greg, you've often heard it said that sometimes it boils down to who wants it, but who wants it is also tied to putting yourself in position to go get it. There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Hits from the high post. Morant's got 8 points.
Because he's so shifty and controls the pace, Morant can kill you in that mid-range area. Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Do you think on average rookies are having a greater impact on their teams now than in decades past?
I really don't think so, Kevin. You can go back and look at the numbers historically. Every draft class usually has 6 to 10 rookies that have a significant impact on their respective teams. And of those 10, perhaps 10 or 12, maybe only a few are going to be on playoff teams just because of the nature of the draft. I don't really think that's changed tremendously over the decades.
And Pirtle sends it back.
Wonderful anticipation that time from Pirtle, positioning himself perfectly to send that one back.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Morant. The putback and staying with the play, Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his second bucket of the night.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
But they get it back. And here's Brooks from outside. Jackson. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Poked away. Morant with the steal. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And the Spurs with some changes. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Walker. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And it's White missing. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Anderson can't get it to go. Spurs leading by 6. Shots good by Mills. 29 seconds left now here in the second. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Anderson outside. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Anderson's got his first points in this one. It's DeRozan with the drive. And finished off by DeRozan.
Tell you what, I don't know of anybody more aggressive at attacking the basket than DeRozan. A lot of his points come off the drive. You know, he looked uncomfortable there, making plays at the rim.
And so it's San Antonio in the driver's seat, up 8 points at
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held it 2 points. And that does it for our halftime.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. It's been quite a game for DeJounte Murray.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the 3 slot. And that's the group for Taylor Jenkins as we begin the second half. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. And there's the foul. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And, you know, guys, the Spurs team dinners, the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie, probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
For Memphis, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. The first one falls. And Clark, the act of getting dinner, sitting down to a meal. As a team, it brings people together.
It really does, guys, and I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind, grind, grind. There has to be some compassion, some caring, some understanding. And sometimes the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink. Or the shot repertoire of Jakob Poeltl. Mostly 10 feet and in is his strength. He's an old school big man in every sense of the word, but efficient in what he does.
Here's Morant, and Poeltl sends it back. Anderson against DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. DeRozan's got the lead up to 10 now for San Antonio. And Clark at 7 feet tall. Poeltl a wide body in there.
He's live, and he's also no stiff, guys. Poeltl can catch and finish. He's active in defending. Gets off the ground quickly and easily. I like his package as a big guy.
Jackson passes to Valanciunas. Tips it, and the second chance effort by Jackson. Jackson's got 6 in the quarter.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backcourt.
Greg, they're getting outworked on the glass, and those second chance buckets have devastated their defense.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
Fantastic instincts there by Morant, sizing up the D and then just taking what he sees.
Here's Murray. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And here's Morant. 12 points for him. Just 4 to shoot. Back to Jackson. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for DeRozan.
And he's fallen out of favor a little bit in their offense, at least compared to how he was being used earlier in the season. His usage percentage is down over the past 5 games. Maybe he'll be more involved here tonight.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Gorgie Dang comes in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Clark in for Jackson. And the dunk by DeRozan.
You know, in these particular plays, guys, DeRozan really excellent at taking what he sees in these situations.
Here's Morant. Trying to get open is Jang. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Morant. And Murray's got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Zeller.
DeJounte Murray played just one season at the University of Washington. He grew up in Seattle and went to Rainier Beach High School. It's actually the same high school that produced Jamal Crawford. And as a matter of fact, a lot of good players have come out of the Emerald City.
Fires for three. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay. And looking at the real stats, real scores from the real NBA, we can see the teams that make the most of their trips to the foul line. The Spurs second.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want a foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Clock at 6. Here's Allen. Jackson trying to break free. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Allen. The Spurs have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. In the corner, Murray with it to the inside. Here's DeRozan, puts the move on. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And 12 points for DeMar DeRozan.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
From 10 feet out, it's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Clark.
You got to know this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, bring it. Well, I tell you what, DeRozan really packs a punch now. He's an explosive athlete with really good strength. I mean, he's got great size for a backcourt dominant scorer.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb. Absolutely.
Oh, that was a strong dunk.
DeRozan's so good, guys, at taking advantage of whatever situation is there. When he has the opportunity, he gets out and scores in the open floor.
Now here's Morant. D right on him. DeRozan against Anderson.
DeRozan still an elite scorer in this league and relentless in attacking the basket.
Morant with it. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Clark and the pass to Anderson. Here's Morant. And again, Memphis no good.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And the guard, Bryn Forbes, won back-to-back state championships as a high schooler in the state of Michigan. A couple years at Cleveland State, then transferred back to the state of Michigan and played at Michigan State.
And after that time at Michigan State, he went undrafted, but Kevin really has developed into a steady rotation player in the NBA. And by the way, quite a knockdown shooter.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jackson. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
From deep, Walker, and he's good on the 3 ball. And the Spurs lead by 20.
well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Now here's Morant, covered by Mills. To stop the run, yep, it counts. 16 points for John Morant.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Bounce pass Mills. Here's Gay. Pirtle, high post. Back to Gay. Passes it to Mills. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown, and again, it's the Spurs from deep.
You know, Mills has been a guy who's been very streaky as a perimeter shooter, but he's been good behind the arc his entire career.
And it's Morant missing. Here's San Antonio. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Now Pirtle. Gay right side. Here's the teardrop. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Valanciunas. Memphis moving it around. Now here's Brooks, covered by Mills. And that one's good. Brooks.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Pass to Gay. The pass to Pirtle. He kicks to Mills. 18 feet out. The offensive rebound. Fade away. Inside. Ball stolen.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Spurs.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for DeMar DeRozan.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Valanciunas, good.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
And here's Mills from the arc. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. Trailing by 17. Gay against Brooks. Here's Morant. Brooks kicks to Anderson. Here's Morant. Drills it from outside.
So tough to guard. When Morant is rising and firing like that, basically impossible to stop.
Now here's Mills. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, we know this team.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
A terrific look at the sit. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Jackson.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Holmes, and it's Barnes in at the 3. And for the Grizzlies, Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Anderson in at the small forward position. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Morant. Makes it off the glass. Fantastic backcourt facing off tonight in this one, Smitty. Let me ask you, do you think this is a guard-centric league right now?
Kevin, it is. And no matter how tall you are and what position, pretty much 90% of the guys now can dribble, they can pass, they can shoot. We have guys that are 7-footers that we're calling guards. And so I think right now this is a guard-oriented league.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And he gets it to go.
Because he's so shifty and controls the pace, Morant can kill you in that mid-range area.
Bogdanovich passes to Bielitsa. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. And so it's Memphis with it. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
You know, they take 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and exercise in frustration.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland. And that one is good. Morant's got 6.
Did you see the game plan is working already? 4 straight makes to start this one.
Now here's Fox. Guarded closer. Bielitsa against Jackson. Kings moving the ball around. Stolen by Jackson. There's the lob to Jackson. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
Barnes passes to Holmes. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Morant. He's got 6. And the rejection by Holmes. And Morant gets it to go on the assist from Valanciunas. 8 points for John Morant. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, and steady improvement, Smitty, for Lithuanian big man Jonas Valanciunas. You look at his per-minute numbers, pretty impressive.
They are. He'll give you 20 and 10 with 30 minutes a night. But in today's game, it's so perimeter-oriented. Will he get that opportunity?
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. A platoon swap here for Sacramento. The Grizzlies shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. It's a 3-point game. And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
Kent Bazemore can sneak up on you with his length. Doesn't take much to get to his launch point.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Morant. Len grabs the board.
And that's okay. Even though you missed, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Here's Joseph. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Pass to Melton. 59 seconds left in the first. Here's Morant. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Healed outside. To the middle and stolen by Jang. Here's Clark. Connects in the foul line jumper.
This is the mindset Clark has. He's opportunistic and really has an awareness of when to attack in transition.
Now here's Heald. 11 points for him in that last game against New Orleans. Bazemore shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is his first trip to the line tonight. The free throw dropped for Bazemore.
Kent Bazemore, the former National Defensive Player of the Year in college, has a 7-foot wingspan, which gives him a big advantage.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Allen's checked in. The Kings also at the sub. Jabari Parker's checked in for Harry Giant. And that one's good by Clark.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Healed right side. And here's Joseph for 3. And that one released in time, but no good. Back right after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And for Memphis guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. They've got Chang. Allen is out there with Clark, and it's Melton in at the 1. Now here's Heald. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. The putback. It's good on the putback. Clark's got the lead up to 5 now for the Grizzlies.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Here's Melton. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Good D by Parker.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
A new Memphis head coach, 3 of the last 4 seasons. Changeover in the front office as well. Hopefully, they'll find some continuity moving forward.
Stolen by Len. And that one's good. Parker's got his first 2 points of the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Clark, the pass to Allen. Here's Clark, covered by Parker. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. Smitty, this Grizzlies team has always given a good effort. How tough do you think it is to see a coach let go, even when his players are responding?
You know, it's very tough because you gain trust in that coach. And often having a coaching change are more of a symptom of what's going on above them in the front office.
4 on the shot clock. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Kicks it out to Allen. Memphis moving that ball around. He's covered by Bazemore. Back to Jang. Allen outside. And there's the pass to Clark. Shoots. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And it's a 7-point Grizzly lead. Len dishes to Heald. Parker outside. Heald outside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Pass to Allen. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. The Kings come into this one following a loss to New Orleans. And Bazemore kicks to Hield. Parker outside. Len passes to Parker. Over Clark. It's deflected.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan. Yeah, easy call.
The Kings have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Harry Giles is checked in for Jabari Parker. Barnes comes in for Kent Bazemore. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in.
Gotta love the big man Valanciunas fighting for that extra chance, and he was rewarded for his effort.
Len's shot is off.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And Valanciunas kicks to Morant. The rebound by Giles. The Kings trail by 5. Fox dishes the Len.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
The Kings shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw good, Fox.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
The Kings making a switch here. Bielitsa's checked in. The Grizzlies have shot just 1 free throw early. 1 for 1 in the game. And he knocks down the first one. He's perfect from the line this time.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Fox passes to Barnes. Shot is good, and the Memphis lead's cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Bielitsa.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Now here's Morant. Guarded by Fox. Offensive rebound. Jackson kicks to Brooks. Pass to Anderson. And stolen by Barnes. Outside, Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
And the quickness Fox has, boy, it's impressive. Just coasting to the cup with ease. A quick, good shot here, and they can go 2 for 1.
Trying to squeeze out every extra possession, but they have to work fast.
Grant, it's deflected, and they get it back. Brooks from outside. Barnes grabs the miss. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Sacramento Kings, trailing by 2. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Here's Morant. And so it's tied as we head to halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They couldn't hold on. And that...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what you're seeing from John Morant.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Starting off the second half, here's Luke Walton's 5. Fox and Bogdanovic pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Holmes in at the 5 spot. Pass to Barnes. Here's Bielitsa. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Fox. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Morant. They get it back. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
An awesome rebounder at that position. The energy level Morant puts forth on the glass is tremendous.
The pass to Holmes. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Anderson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Morant's got the lead up to 7 now for the Grizzlies.
That's just staying in the moment, keeping with the current possession.
And finished off by Morant.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
It's Bielitsa. Bogdanovich to halt the run. Holmes passes to Bogdanovich. Pass to Bielitsa. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Drills the three-pointer. Bogdanovich has got his 3rd basket of the night. Interesting, Smitty. We're seeing guys like Dirk and Vince Carter play into their 40s. I'm wondering if this is a byproduct of improved nutrition and conditioning, and if that accelerates this trend.
I think it does, Kevin. I also agree to add to that. I think the game is less physical. I think a lot of those guys are taking care of themselves, but when the game is not as physical, it's a lot more perimeter. You can play longer. I'm curious, Kevin, will anybody play into their 50s?
You know, wouldn't that be amazing? That's a good question. Jabari Parker's checked in for Sacramento. Hield comes in for Bojan Bogdanovich.
When your bigs can make free throws, it's a huge advantage. Love his approach to getting to the line.
Chalk up 2 there.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude. Like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball is right there.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. 2 free throws coming, and here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
D'Anthony Melton, he's checked in for Memphis. And a change for Sacramento. Giles is checked in, kept alive. Parker from down in the low post, it goes.
Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
Now here's Morant, guarded by Fox, and Barnes comes to help to the left wing. From the corner, up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Fox kicks to Hield. In the 3rd quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. From outside the arc, Fox, no good. Parker with the steal. Shoots from 12. And it's good, 2 points. Parker's got 4 points this quarter.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
And it's Clark slamming it down.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Down low. Shot is good, and the Memphis lead's cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Parker.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Morant. Here's Clark. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jabari Parker.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis. Dylan Brooks comes in for Milton. Lenz checked in for the Kings. Passes it to Giles. We've got 33 seconds left in the 3rd. Fox, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. And a change for Sacramento. Bielitsa, he's checked in for Alex Len. And that one's good, Morant. Morant's got 28 points for the game.
Riding the hot hand, and why not? If something's working, keep going to it.
Pass to Giles. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Grizzlies out in front. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Anderson is out there with Clark, and it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for Sacramento. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And for that matchup against the Rockets, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
Smitty, you played with the U.S. national team. Would you say they allow more physicality in FIBA than they do in the NBA?
No, I think, Kevin, different parts of the game, there's more physicality, like on the free throw line, boxing out, like going up for rebounds. They let a lot more than we're used to go. But usually the NBA players adjust, and they find their way.
Here's Morant. The putback, great positioning on the putback. Valanciunas has got the lead up to 11 now for the Grizzlies.
He got prime position under the rim and cleaned it up. Nice finish by JV.
Heel kicks to Bielitsa. Fox passes to Bielitsa. Here's Heel. Got a piece of it.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
No good from Clark.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Heel.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see. Down the stretch, this is when they need him the most, and he is delivering.
Bogdanovich finds Fox. Here's Giles. Inside, here's Hield. Banked in off the glass. Hield's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And here's Morant. And it's Fox with the rebound.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Hield.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Morant. Tries to keep it alive and misses it off the right side of the rim. Jackson, he's checked in for Clark. Then for the Kings, Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Giles, and it's Barnes in for Hield. Now here's Morant. And he banks in the layup. Morant's got 32 points in the game.
Proving how dominant he can be. When Morant is shooting with confidence, it really allows him to take over.
Sacramento moving it around. Barnes passes to Bielitsa. And the Kings check on two more. 1:53 left in the game. Morant with a wide open look. Off target from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Bogdanovich drops in the layup for two. And now just a 5-point Grizzly lead.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. 6 to shoot. Brooks, the pass to Anderson. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Kings trail by 5. 1:09 left in the fourth. Fox, no good.
Okay, when you're trying to make a comeback, you can't be hucking up low percentage threes. You have to find a better shot within the offense.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And it's Fox with the ball for the Kings. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Brooks, the pass to Jackson. Can't hit that one. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Morant kicks to Anderson. Dishes it to Morant. Back to Anderson. On the wing, Jackson. Anderson outside. To the paint. Brooks, the pass to Valanciunas. At the tip, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You will credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Three-pointer. Trifecta.
And Fox must continue to work on that shot. When he's knocking it down from there, boy, the D is in trouble.
So a close game sees Memphis take. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.